What is going on, Kingsman? Welcome back. It has been a bit, and I apologize. Getting onto the new work schedule has been a little rough on my recording, but a full-time job unfortunately comes first before my hobbies. But we are back, and today we have a very awesome 4v4. We have some factions you don't see as often. Once again, only one French, Victor. Now, I know a couple interesting things about Victor, and we'll get to the rest of them in a slow motion here. Victor actually was put in charge of the Louisiana army. But of course, he never went across to the Americas to take on the Louisiana army. Napoleon sold it, of course, to the U.S., and he never got to. He actually also turned against Napoleon when he was first defeated and fled when Napoleon returned, and he actually did well. First serving with Napoleon in multiple campaigns, especially the Italian campaign. So he is going to be in command of this French army. Of course, we have Denmark. Don't know a whole lot about this general, but slowly but surely. Now we have Junot. He is a French faction. I think this is Westphal, but he served in multiple campaigns. Actually, they suspect that he killed himself at the very end. Became a little crazy with his, they say that he had some head injuries from serving, and that kind of made him go crazy. He's going to be joined by Bavaria on the right flank, and they are taking on Russia, just all Russia. As you can see, we have the Patriotic War Russia, Bagavu, something like that. I think we've seen this map too before, guys. If you remember, there was a crazy fight that happened over here. We got some Russians sitting right here that France has just stumbled across with their dragoons, and they are going to go wreck the... Oh my gosh! So Russia had a ton of infantry, guerrilla infantry, 400 men, and they are going to be taking on this French cav. Honestly, this French cav probably is in for some trouble. Now, there are even more over here, and look at these volleys they are pouring in already. I love how Russia has all of this guerrilla. Look at these guys, undaunted. And France is actually going to pull out of there, as Russia is going to have, I mean, they have 1, 2, 3, 4, at least 5, 6. So France is kind of like, oh, what? What are we going to do here? France obviously wants to take this LOC, and Russia is not letting them. Now, Russia, I believe, is going to be pushing down this road, trying to get there as soon as possible. Whoever holds this LOC in the trees around it usually is going to do well. I think what France probably is going to do is let their infantry, their fusiliers of the line, let's see if we have some 4E in here. Oh man, I love the 4E. They did, oh, there we go, yeah, but it's not the impetuous. They're probably going to let their line infantry advance. There's 400 men in these. This is crazy. These guys cannot form squares, so maybe they're going to send in some of their infantry to do some volleys. Over here, more of the French and their allies scouting ahead. Oh my goodness. These guys are just going to get volleyed. This is a bad place to have your cav. They are kind of in between all of this infantry. Getting fired on. These looks like oh my goodness, there's even more. So it looks like one, okay, these are skirmishers, so this is definitely a target you want to hit with cavalry, and there's even more. I mean, it's just a massive guerrilla army. These guys are going to die, but look at this. They're going to break some French cav. And what's crazy is, okay, they are starting to break. So this is becoming a problem for France already. They are being halted. Maybe going to lose some cavalry here. And they are forming up in a line of battle. As you can see, they're moving up all their infantry, and they're just going to encircle this massive guerrilla unit of Russia. But these guys probably can hold for quite some time here. Now France is starting to encircle with Westphal over here on these massive guerrilla units. They have 48 men left over there. Over here, it looks like Bavaria is going to go for this town, maybe stop any flank, as you can see Russia is over here. And France needs to quickly deal with this, as, oh man, they're going to get flanked over here. We have more cavalry now over here. More Russian infantry, another 422 man. Oh, we got some cav getting charged. Chevaliers charging some light Russian cav. That is not going to go well. But here comes some more. I believe these are like hussars of sorts. And they're going to rush to the aid of their comrades just in time to not, well, really do a back charge in their own men. France has their work cut out for them. That is for sure. They're going to lose cav over here. They did break 2 Russians already, but their work's cut out for them. Oh my goodness, the friendly fire Denmark does not really... They're like, yeah, you know what, screw you, France. Don't care. We're just going to shoot through you. You know, you got to move out of the way, bro. Now, over here, Westphal has all their infantry way up here, and they're not moving. Multitasking probably is going to catch them as they're going to try to defend their 6-pounders. And it looks like actually the Russians are leaving over here. They're not retreating. Those guys didn't get routed. But it looks like France is kind of not reforming. They do have some more artillery over here. But like I said, Bavaria is going for a long play. We have seen in a previous battle that Russia one time ran out the whole army all the way over here and came in behind France. So Bavaria is going to keep that from happening this time. Here is Russia coming through their tree line, bringing some really good infantry and probably a lot of it. So Bavaria is going to have their work cut out for them. They are guarding the flank. Now, I don't see a whole lot of Russia yet, but Russia's probably getting very close. And the French alliance is not really pushing. I think they're staying back. They're kind of nervous maybe about pushing. They don't know what they're going to have. Oh, they have some grenadiers. Okay. Hold on. Sorry, guys. There we go. They have a bunch of infantry that are starting to form up, and I'm not sure what their plan is, what their game is, but France is going to have some concerning fights now as Russia has arrived to reinforce Russia. I love how I don't have to mix up the factions. Looks like I'm going to be bouncing back and forth, though, as Bavaria is going to be in this town. They have a very strong position if they maybe hold around this LOC and to hold this place. Maybe they can get to this house and hold. They have some Jaegers that are going to probably start skirmishing. Russia is probably just going to push straight ahead, going straight for these buildings. Yep, these Jaegers are going to start firing at them. But they're probably gonna get bayonet charged. We have some Cavs or Chevaliers who are gonna try to support them. They would probably should go for this line infantry, not these. These guys can form square. These guys cannot. Yep, they're gonna go directly for 2 line infantry that cannot form square. In fact, this is a general over here. That is not good. Over here, oh man, this is gonna be tough. Oh, we got some dragoons showing up from Russia. Some cav from Denmark kind of broke a bunch of Russian guerrillas, and now France is starting to form up in a line of battle here. They're going to start forming up to take on these guerrillas. There's so many of them. If you stretch it out, the firepower is crazy, as you can see. Artillery firing, trying to force the Russians back. Over here, actually, Bavaria looks like they may be doing well. Now, keep in mind, I think that the one side, I can't remember which one, has a 2-point less advantage. Yeah, so it looks like Russia is going to go for this house immediately, but it's a race for the house. I think Bavaria is closer, but if they don't have any supporting army, okay, they have some cav that's going to support them. Maybe do a bayonet charge. Yep, they're going to do a bayonet charge or cav charge. Make these guys form square, probably. And they're going to get to take this house. And they took it. So good on them being super aggressive. I love how Bavaria was so aggressive there. Here we go, Westphal, and then Denmark behind them. Actually, Denmark may be going one way or the other. I think they're waiting to see where the Russians are going to be punching through. And over here, France is starting to get up in a battle line. These guerrillas are not going to do as well in a standard line battle. They kind of just are there to slow down the French, which they're doing an excellent job of. I've never seen this many units, this many men in a line infantry, or not line infantry, but in a, you know what I'm trying to say. So this is where the action is happening right now. We got some cavalry charging in. Russia waiting for a bayonet charge against these Jaegers, broke them easily. They actually did a bayonet charge against this house. I'm surprised this Bavarian cav didn't try going in. If you hit these guys in the back, oh, we have some pioneers on the back. So they're going to charge in on the back of these Russians, which is going to cause them, as you can see, they are attacked in the back. They are probably going to hold this house, and Russia's going to have a tough time now attacking here. They did some... Ooh, what do we got here? We got some cavalry from Russia. Ooh, they're going to get slaughtered here and get broken. So Bavaria looks like they're doing very well over here. Over here, we don't really have enough of an idea where all of the Russian armies are. So we can't really tell what is happening here yet. We see a lot of cav. This is a lot of lights, a lot of Kazaki lancers. And we got a cav general over here as well. They are hovering on the flank. Russia isn't going to really be able to do a whole lot unless France commits and they can swing around and hit them on the flank, but it is causing France to have to try to guard their artillery and their general. France doesn't have a lot of cavalry, actually, in this engagement. Over here, all we're starting to see is just some dragoons. I don't see any of the Russian heavy cav yet. This is kind of a screen at this point. Russia is losing on this side, so likely they're gonna maybe pull back here. They know they don't have the LOC advantage. Maybe pull back and have their artillery. Maybe even a Russian army can swing through here and just kind of squash them in a pincer-like movement. Thankfully, they're falling back as this battle is going to start winding up. Westphal now going for the flank of Russia. I don't know how many Russian factions are here, but the guerrilla units are taking on France. They're trying to bleed them dry. Skirmishes over here in... Is this the elite? Oh, okay. I see a lot of light infantry. Light line infantry. Sitting over here on this side. So that is very good to see. Got some skirmishers backed up by some infantry that can form square. And France is actually being massively outflanked over here, which is going to cause them to have to fall back. Westphal and Denmark are going to have to make some pushes over here to maybe push on the side of Russia and make them have to give up this LOC possibly. But they have to make something because France is kind of sitting here in this stagnant battle that they are being outflanked and outnumbered. Bavaria is kind of doing well, so maybe Denmark is going to... I like how they have kind of Denmark as the support faction. They're just going to sit there and be like, okay, where do you need troops? All right, I'll send troops there. Bavaria, this aggressive play worked. They took the town. Thankfully, their cav was able to really support their infantry taking that LOC, and now they are going to be able to push out of the town, using the town as kind of a defense, shelling the Russian infantry as they're falling back. As you can hear, the AI thinks that the French are going to win. So we will see if that is the case. Now, I saw Russia has some artillery. They have a hill over here. They're probably going to start shelling the Chevaliers. Over on this side, we are starting to see the full might of Russia swinging in. We got some dragoons pushing onto Westphal. These hussars are going to... Oh, this... Uh-oh. Okay, that forest kind of... These bunch of trees slowed down the Russians, but I don't think it's going to stop them. But Westphal's like, yeah, yikes, let's get out of here. We got to leave. Over here, France is starting to fight on two sides. I've said this before, guys. You guys can agree or disagree, but I don't think you ever want to have a L shape. Because if they focus right here, they can shoot on the flank of this line infantry, and that actually does debuff the morale because they're getting shot in the flank, so it should be. Now over here, Russia has formed up. The guerrillas are taking the brunt of the artillery, and what an artillery battery position the French have right here. But the guerrillas are the ones who are taking the shots, and they're cheap units, so good. That is good to see. Now Westphal is going to need Denmark to come up because they are going to be outnumbered. Now this isn't granted the best maybe infantry. I actually think this is light infantry, but it's a lot of it, and there are reserves here, so concerning. A lot of cav supporting the flank. The French alliance is in trouble if maybe Russia wanted to start slowly pushing. Now over here, it looks like Bavaria and Russia have put distance between each other. Artillery is going to kind of punch through. Oh, am I missing some cav engagements? Yes, I am. It looks like France maybe is getting attacked by a ton of Russian cav. I don't think that's going to work very well. And, ooh. Okay, they did break one line infantry that could have formed square that didn't. And I think finally Russia is going to lose all their cavalry on this side. That is bad. You want to have some cav to kind of meet your infantry or your enemy's cavalry as they attack here. But this is the only place where, as you can see, the line battle is happening. And this whole line is not really engaging a whole lot. This tree cover is going to provide some excellent, well, not to repeat myself, but cover for these men. And they're going to do very well in the trees. Very well. Oh, I love their flag. Look at that. Maybe that's just a glitch. Let me see if some of the... Okay, that's the only flag they have. So France is fighting. I would... they don't have a whole lot of cavalry left. As I said, you don't want to be France and not have a ton of cav. I don't see a single cuirassier unit. Maybe it's because of who they picked. But they just have some dragoons. Oh, wait, maybe they have some heavies right here. No, these aren't heavies. I don't think so, at least. So here we go. Westphal and a little bit of Denmark are engaging this line. Like I said, guys, I believe, you can correct me if I'm wrong, I believe these are light infantry, so their accuracy and reloading are going to be way better. And it does appear that we have Denmark artillery sitting right here that is going to be able to pour down the fire on Russia, making it very difficult for them to do anything. But maybe we have a cav charge with some lancers, maybe? No, just some lights. My bad. But they are going to automatically be charged. And actually, maybe Denmark is going to fall for this, as they're going to charge them and run right into some lines of infantry. Yes, buddy. Come here, buddy. And you can see they took some losses there. Bavaria and Russia still kind of taking distance between each other. Bavaria can shelter in the town at least. Russia is taking shelter in this little dip in the landscape. So that's kind of slowing down a lot. Now, Russia is amassing on the flank for Westphal. And they have some heavier calves, some cuirassiers. And here they go, running in. And Westphal may be in a lot of trouble. As you can see, they're getting charged by what looks like almost all of the Russian cavalry. Westphal needs to move their infantry to the side so they can just fire on the flank of these cuirassiers. Oh my goodness, Westphal is in trouble. Denmark infantry now in trouble, maybe trying to run out so they can form a square here. Their artillery got totally butchered by the French or the Russian cavalry, and now Russia is just going to keep pushing, not letting these guys form square, maybe going for Westphal's general, Junot. And we have some more artillery, some howitzers sitting back here. And now Westphal is in trouble. They are scrambling to defend their back lines. We have some infantry now going in for, let's say, a bayonet charge. That is never anything that you want to see. Russia doing a bayonet charge is super bad, and now Westphal is in trouble. Now the cav could hit the back lines, flank them, and, oh boy. Denmark's trying to hold these back lines. Westphal doesn't have a lot of cav left. Denmark needs to ship this infantry over to try to hold them. As you can see, Russia is capitalizing on the side, getting infantry super close. Westphal needs to reform here. Over here we got some cav maybe rushing up, going to take out some guerrillas. That's a juicy target for some cav. These guys cannot form square, and they probably have terrible stats. Oh, beautiful, beautiful a cav charge. But over here, this is a concern, guys. Look at this. Westphal is just starting to break, and here come the cav. They're going to charge them in the back. And Russia's doing some very solid pushing. Here comes Denmark. They're going to try using some Westphal. I hope I got the faction correct. Some Westphal cav to kind of brace this line, trying to maybe punch and hit these cuirassiers on two sides, outflank them. And as you can see, they are wavering now. But they are starting to break as well. They're starting to lose all of their cavalry, and Russia has plenty more. In fact, some dragoons are going to go for some Denmark line infantry. And are they going to form square in time? Yes, they are. Ooh. Ooh. That is bad. But as you can see, Westphal is getting just bayonet charged from this flank. And they are starting to just mass rout over here. Bavaria is maybe going to need to be put in this fight and help brace this line as Russia is like starting to smell blood. They're like, you know what, we got this. They're just charging on the flank. Westphal needs to make a major pullback here, and I think that's exactly what they are going to do. Over here, the French are starting to really isolate this one little Russian army. But this is where it is starting to look very bad. Bavaria has some cav now that went after some Russians. Russia still has their cuirassiers, I believe, in this fight. No, some dragoons. I think their cuirassiers broke. But this is becoming just a massive brawl. And Russia just isn't stopping, guys. They just keep attacking, keep pushing, getting their infantry super close, not letting... Okay, this is going to definitely hurt them. They got some men in the back lines. It may get some friendly fire, as you can see. But they may finally stop these line infantry from Russia. Over here, still stagnant line battle, and over by Bavaria, another Russian by the town. Nothing is really happening. Got some howitzers now firing as Russia is just pushing in. Now, Russia needs to be very cautious they don't take too many losses. They keep throwing in more infantry, and eventually it's going to break. We got artillery still shelling the Russian position. And maybe Russia is starting to run out of cavalry here. Actually, I think they are running out of cav, and I think France now finally has some cav, so they're going to start doing some hammer and anvil. Denmark throwing in some grenadiers against some more Russian line infantry. I think they're going to finally, with Denmark's help, staunch the bleeding. Stop the just massive gash that Russia started to cause on this flank. And maybe Russia needs to form up again. They are now shifting totally over on this flank, letting some crappy line infantry just kind of take the brunt of this battle. As of right now over here, it looks like Russia's kind of pulled back a little bit. The French can definitely clutch this out still. They have Denmark over here. Denmark has some really good grenadiers kind of really going in here. Uh-oh. We got Bagavou getting charged by some French cav, and that is a problem. They're going to kill, and that's going to cause a debuff for about 30 seconds for this Russian line, and that could be what all it takes to break a bunch of Russian infantry. You have a massive pocket that's now going to get charged. Oh, actually, he's getting out of there. Wow. So, this battle is kind of slowed down. Nothing happening over here, and that means that Bavaria is going to be able to move some infantry, maybe shift over and help in this back line. Westphal needs to make sure they're not going to shoot in the back lines of their allies. And they're going to shift up some troops, have some men to kind of brace, get a nice morale buff. Over here, France is still just having this... Uh-oh. Friendly fire, bro. Friendly fire. Alright, they stopped. So, France is still just fighting a much vastly inferior Russian army. I feel like they could be doing a lot more pushing, a lot more aggressive stance. These skirmishers are just shooting them to pieces. I feel like they should be pushing. They could definitely do some damage. Some skirmishers now shooting at the Russians over here. Holding the line, this Denmark artillery. Oh my goodness, the Russian artillery now utilizing, they're like, hey, look at this. We have some double stacked lines. Let's punch through both. And looks like Russia is going to fall back now. They did some damage to Westphal. And now they are like, okay, we got to fall back. We got to fall back. And I think both of these sides, I think Russia and Bavaria are going to start falling back to this area, as this part of the battle, guys, is where you need to focus. Russia still has the LOC for now. I think France could be way more aggressive than they are. They got really good line infantry, and they are advancing now. Russia needs to just be super defensive here. They need to just burn out the French army, because they have basically kept a whole French army here while the rest of their allies are meeting. Westphal has half of their army left. Bavaria is slowly moving over here. They are actually starting to really get shot to pieces by the Russians over here. And they have a lot of infantry still sitting in this town, probably guarding the LOC if they want to win by LOC victory. And this battle is just continually going off. Now, Denmark is going to start pushing. Bavaria coming on the flank. Russia needs to definitely reform here as they're going to get flanked. Excellent job, Bavaria. I mean, it's just 3 line infantry, but they are going to do a lot of damage, forcing Russia to fall back. Now, as you see, France is engaging now. They don't have to worry about the flank as much. There is probably a good amount of Russian line infantry sitting back here in the LOC, and Russia has a very strong defensive position still. They had some cav going in, attacking more... I can't talk. French line infantry, but they are definitely going to get charged. And now skirmishers getting up nice close personal, going to get a solid volley. And actually tested this before. Light infantry this close, if they can get a volley, 1 or 2 volleys is all you need. They are so stinking accurate. But they're going to get charged probably by the Chevaliers. I hope they are. That's a juicy target. Now, the artillery of this French alliance is such that they are going to be able to drive back the Russians. Now, Russia may be trying to form up with their ally here. Now, who knows what Russia still has sitting over here. Now, Russia is going to start moving over to intercept Bavaria, maybe. Bavaria maybe could advance over here, but of course, their line infantry are still going to get shelled to pieces by this 18-pounder. Has a massive range. Maybe they're just going to defend the LOC, send some troops over here to help out in this battle. And yeah, Russia is just all out like, okay, let's regroup here. And Westfall's like, hey, this is our chance with our lancers. We will meet them with our lancers. Excuse me. Oh, some hussars, actually. And lancers, my bad. They are going to maybe start picking at this army of Russia. Now, Russia still holding strong on this flank. Oh, they have some artillery? Oh, my goodness. And this is a game changer. Now, I hope they have some cav to back this up. If they don't, then this is mincemeat. Over here, Russia is starting to, like I said, France definitely can win this. Oh, in fact, a general now going to get charged by some Chevaliers. So France is starting to turn this battle around. And they're going to kill a general. That's going to cause probably some mass breakage. Yep, here they go, guys. They're going to, oh my goodness. They're going to go for this whole line, and Russia now is in trouble. This side is gone. Is going to be gone. And France is going to utilize that, rush up some infantry, mass breakage now. And these guerrillas still holding this LOC. Got some artillery setting up right here to start punching holes. That's a juicy target right there. France looks like they are going to be able to push uninterrupted now, as Russia is going to be trying to reform. I don't know where Russia thinks they're going, though. They have to guard the flank of their ally. Westfall's is going to cave on this flank. Bavaria holding as best they can, and I think France or Russia is now going to be like, yeah, never mind, we can't actually fall back. Oh, an allied general was killed by artillery. That is very unfortunate. So Bavaria just lost their general. The thing about general snipes is, I mean, you know, do what you want, but killing a general, you kind of want to save that until you are about to make a punch through of that general's army. Because like I said, the debuff of morale, the drop of morale, only lasts for a little bit of time. So Bavaria may have lost a general, which yes, they can't do any morale, inspires, all that sort of stuff. But it's not going to affect this army too much as of right now. They still, their men are going to be strong, they may be concerned, but you can see they're eager, they're fresh, they're supporting army, and they're going to do well. They have done an excellent job of not doing a whole lot, but by not doing a whole lot, they've done a whole lot. They have held off a whole Russian army while being able to help their ally. And now, as you can see, they are going to be the ones pushing. They are going to be pushing with Westfall. Westfall kind of smarting from the bayonet charges they had. Their line infantry not the greatest, but they can still do some damage here. This artillery I'm not sure where they're firing. But it looks like actually Denmark is sending their reserves in. Oh, we got some men forming up. Are they going to be able to get a volley off? Are they? Yes, just in time. Nope. Not in time. And these grenadiers are going to just make mincemeat of these Russians. Although they're going to get shot in the flank, and we got some light infantry coming to support them. But it looks like Denmark and France are like, let's go for the house. Excuse me, guys. I didn't bring any water. And of course, makes sense. So this battle is kind of gone back and forth, but I think the French alliance is starting to find their stride. They finally are, and Russia needs to pick back up. They were doing so well for a little while there. They just need to get it all together again, which they can do. I have great faith that they can still pull off this battle. They just got to do a lot. Actually, wow. Okay, they did break one, so each one of them broke, but they are going to lose their grenadiers, guys. Russia has held off the first of, well, probably many attacks. We got more Denmark infantry marching up here at the run. And they're going to do some bayonet charges of their own, I am sure. No, they're going to stand there and fire now, as Russia is now on the defensive. They are deciding to assault the LOC, as they know that their allies are closing in on the flank, and Russia is kind of gonna, I mean, maybe this artillery, they kind of got to hold the artillery. If they lose it, though, they should fall to here, using the tree line, using the buildings to kind of protect their flank a little bit. I hear some men charging. We got some more bayonet charging going in. This is a perfect chance to use the road to rush up, attack the flank. And this is a really good line infantry. And now Russia is maybe just trying to hold on. They don't have the LOC victory. That's the problem. And France is just... Finally, France is starting to be able to push. In fact, I think they're doing some bayonet charges, and it looks like, yep, we got some more line infantry from Denmark, who's like, let's go, in proper gamer fashion. Look at the amount of infantry that's going in for this house now. All the flags that are flying. We got Russia way in the back, as you can see. We got France, we got Denmark. This is really the War of Nations. Looks like France, actually Russia, is going to do some more bayonet charges here. Going for some more line infantry. Oh my goodness, the bayonet charges back and forth, fighting for this one little spot, the contention for this spot. This is a very vital LOC. Russia now is going to get super flanked. They are just falling back. I don't like to see these massive lines. You stretch the lines out too much, you get very good firepower. I guess for this case, all they're doing is shooting. They're not having to stay in a stagnant line battle. But you want to be careful not to spread your lines out too much. Now, here we go. We got some artillery still firing. I don't know what they're firing at. If they're trying to go for artillery takeout, that's not going to work. And now's the time to fall for the tree line. All this infantry needs to fall back. Denmark is getting pushed back a little bit, but they have a lot of infantry still to back up. They got a lot of French infantry now holding the line, getting some solid pushing against these guerrillas. These guerrillas, I'm surprised they're still around, to be honest. I really am. They've done decently well, actually. Westphal now continually pushing. Bavaria is just sitting. Now, I'm not sure where the Russian army is. They have to maybe they pushed right here now. They had to do some scouting, of course, but if they pushed, they could probably take out this building or take out this town. I don't think it would matter much. Their allies are losing now.
Your general has been killed. This is a black day.
The French general has fallen. Oh my goodness. So look at the carnage. Somehow... Oh, we got some cav in the back lines. So Russia and France fighting in the back lines with some cavalry. Trying to just even the odds here. I think we got a general fighting the French camp. And here we go. This is the line I was talking about, guys. The advance... Excuse me. Once again, I'm sorry, guys, for all the coughing. That's one thing that COVID has not left me alone with. So we got some artillery still really hurting, but they are the French, but they are probably about to get charged. Yeah, we got some sharpshooters going in slow motion, free falling. Oh my goodness, you gotta be kidding me. You've got to be kidding me. They are failing miserably. And actually, they are doing very well in melee. I've seen them butchering these sharpshooters. Wow. Here we go. We got some French cav now going in slow motion as well, trying to get through the trees to fight this artillery piece. They did a lot of damage, guys. But this army of Russia is probably going to get swallowed by this Bavarian Westphal army. France is definitely winning on this side. It is winding down, and I hope this Russian army does something. You know, if they sit and wait for the end of the battle, that's 24 minutes of just chilling, you know? Go and win or go and lose, but don't sit. Quote by Kingston. You can quote me on that. So Russia did lose their artillery, I believe. But they did break some cavalry. And look at the reserves that the French allies still have. I think they can definitely take this. This French army over here has lost a lot. But they are staying strong, and they are fighting some guerrillas. Now, let's see what they have in the house. They have some decent infantry in the house. Let's get a peek at these guys. Yeah, these are decent infantry. The guerrillas, I'm not talking about that. Man, look at him. No hat. Gosh, did he have he looks like he had, brain surgery and, cut the middle of his head out. And here's his twin. And actually, they're all brothers. That's the trick, actually, guys. This whole unit is just family. So, Russia is falling back, probably going to make the last desperate stand on this LOC. I don't know what Russia's doing over here. They need to do something. They got to do something. So I'm going to fast forward because this is kind of the intermission before the final stand, which I love final stands. They are the most desperate thing, and I mean, they never work. If you have a replay of a final stand that turned around the whole battle, send it to me, please. I would love to see that. It would be beautiful. Because it was, you know, we got a bayonet charge, some grenadiers, it looks like, charging into this house. Yep, we got two of them. This is going to go so well. For the Russians that I want to watch it. Being sarcastic, of course. See, if I was this guy, I'd just start shooting. Just shoot. Alright, the audio is glitching once again.
Our men are running, sir.
Oh, you know, if you can't do anything nice, just don't do anything at all. Alright. Alright, whatever. The sound's gonna go. It's okay. So, now Bavaria is behind Russia. They're gonna seal that fate. I think that Russia is gonna start losing. Oh, Denmark, actually. And the Grenadiers. What? Russia is making a desperate stand in this house. Can we just stand and appreciate this? I'm sorry, guys. I know. I'm OCD. I gotta have my sounds. Can you appreciate the last desperate defense as they just keep getting attacked over and over and over again, but they keep repelling them? This house has been the center of so much fighting. Oh my goodness. But it's not going to be enough, unfortunately. These guerrillas are just putting up the good fight. They're like, who cares? We are fighting for our land. I love how they all have scars in their head. My favorite part of this. Alright, anyway. So, Russia is going to now have to peel off troops to fight against Bavaria. Bavaria actually lost some infantry. And now they may have two left, but of course Bavaria still has a lot more Unless Russia... Ooh, look at this. Russia followed them, and now Russia has just got to make a push. Yeah, Russia's going to make a push. They could defeat this Bavarian army. But now Bavaria realizes there's nothing here, so, you know, just attack. Or just keep defending. They have that LOC, so what am I saying? They should just defend. Okay, so we have, finally, looks like the Alliance has taken this house. Holy cow, Russia did a lot of damage to them during that time, but now France is going to be able to rout these guerrillas and take victory, I think. I'm just going to fast forward, guys. Russia over here is having a tough time going on this river crossing. As you can see, Russia is starting to really break here. France just doing those repeated volleys. And I would hope that this battle does not drag to the very end because Russia doesn't just sit there. So, Bavaria now advancing. Westphal getting super close. We got some cav now. Or some infantry. Yeah, some infantry just making sure that none of these guys come back. They've taken the house. They have taken this area. They did what they set out to do. And so they will continue to advance. Westphal came back. I mean, they suffered some heavy casualties, but they came back. And Russia is kind of just trying to reform here. Trying to maybe claim victory still. They're starting to lose over here. Their infantry are just not equipped.
One of our units has used all its ammunition, sir.
That is impressive. Infantry that have used all their ammunition. Shooting basically probably the whole entire time. Oh, we got some more horse artillery, and yeah. There's not much else you really can say, guys. I think Russia just needs to make a stand. You know, you can win or lose, but don't waddle. Don't dawdle. So now Bavaria is going to advance. I'm sorry I'm fixing the audio again because it just bugs me. And Russia, hopefully... Oh, they have howitzers, so, you know, charge them. Just charge them. Issue out from these forests and charge them. Bavaria is starting to make some massive breakthrough. They did their job, which was to stop.
Our men are running, sir.
Oh, my goodness. We got some guerrillas making some... What is going on here? Artillery doing a bayonet charge? Or a cav charge? I think they were seeing if they could run them over. But obviously it's just going to make them run away. I guess you can try, you know. If it works, it works. So France is actually starting to break a little bit here. I know they peeled off some troops to go around here. They should have kept them there. And now Russia's going to make it last desperate stand. Maybe try to push for the house. I don't know. Russia is starting to lose over here. Yeah, I mean, like I said, the commentary can be kind of bleak when you're pointing out the obvious. I mean, that's what I do, right? I point out the obvious anyway. And, yep. Here we go. This is the final stand for Russia. Actually, same place that France made a final stand against Russia in a previous video. So, it's interesting how the turntables have turned. So, Denmark, France are just going to keep pushing. Westphal is going to kind of seal that door shut. Keep pushing Bavaria as well. And hopefully Russia can just get as much damage as they inflict as much damage as possible. Bavaria over here is going to be advancing. They repelled some cavalry. But now they are going to get charged while in square formation. Fighting for the river crossing. Very nice stand. And Bavaria's like, let's get out of here. We can hold them over at the forest. Which is exactly what they're going to do. And actually, look at this. Bavaria has decided they can advance now. These howitzers ain't nothing, basically. This battle has just still been raging. Here we go. France is going to advance over here. Russia's kind of fate's been sealed. They're just getting surrounded now. These poor blokes, you know. They fought so hard, especially the guerrilla faction. They fought really hard. But here comes France right behind him. Just going to keep fast forwarding because I think this battle drags on for quite some time. Westphal actually peeling troops off to take some more LCs just in case, I'm assuming. A bayonet charge to slow down the French attack. I don't think it's going to go very well. They are probably tired. And these guys are going to be shaken and then destroyed. So Westphal now sent some cav over here to just kind of annihilate whatever's left of that Russian part of that army. Over here, West Bavaria attacking the artillery over here. I think they're going to try to do some grape shot, maybe. Let's see. Yep. Grape shot. Now that is going to cause some hurt. Westphal trying to get over this little embankment here. They have some attack. Oh, excuse me. Some attacking to do. The question is how many of them are going to get there before the artillery fires again. Alright, going through the stakes. They're almost there, almost there. They can make it. Come on, just keep going. This artillery is going to fire again, you know. I know I'm talking to them and they're not even there, but, you know. Oof. Here we go, guys. Bayonet charge. Going in for it, and they're going to stop them from firing again. Russia now trying to hold on this side. But they're going to get flanked. Outflanked. What are you even playing? So I believe over here Russia is gone. There is, you know, bayonet charges and etc. over here, cavalry and all that. So it's just up to this last final stand. This cav is coming out of nowhere. Gonna make sure they don't come back. And
we have killed their general, sir. Now they must break.
Bye bye, little Sebastian. See, they're gonna. These brave men are going to try to hold, but they are going to start breaking very fast. One last volley before you break. Yep. All right. Well, I would say that was still a very good game up until the very end. Well played on both sides. A lot of fun to watch. And, oh, man, we got one left. I'm just going to fast forward here. We got guerrillas, too, coming up now. Oh, man, they did not want to retreat, and there's a lot of them left. Okay, they're running. They're running. That was really cool to see the guerrillas, I would say. Now, these were core battles. If this was not Westphal, I apologize. Oh, no, I'm talking about this one. No, wait. Oh, well. I'm not going to say I'm a pro at this, so I apologize if I called things what they weren't. But I'm just going to go with it, you know? So, dang. Eastern Union's got a lot of kills. I hope you enjoyed this battle, guys. It was a lot of fun to watch. Thank you guys so much for reaching 250 subscribers. We are just slowly and steadily building our subscriber base, and it is really cool to see. So stick around for the stream tomorrow, guys. Look forward to that. And I'll catch you then. Y'all stay safe. And have a great rest of your day.